Hi everyone, here's my recap for Bold, and it's going to be longer than my recap for YNR because there's just more meat to talk about here, so let's get into it. Okay, so we have the fallout of Carter and Hope and what they did with the company of Forrester Creations. And I say fallout because I discussed this slightly yesterday. I said that Rich's disbelief of what Carter did was kind of shock, and I was wondering what it would turn into. And then I said, well, it's going to turn into anger. So, yeah, we covered that. Okay, what we haven't covered is what was he going to do? What was his plan? And I didn't know because I had to wait and see what his plan was because it could go, well, two different directions I can see right now, probably three. Okay. He could totally not believe Brooke at all, or be understanding slightly because of how he's treated Carter as of yet, and then get really pissed, or get really pissed. Well, he chose the latter. So I think he's going to hire a lawyer, or they have a lawyer on staff, which is not uncommon because I might get into my lawyer thing for a minute, but I'm learning stuff about the law as I go. And when they have a big conglomerate or a corporation, you usually have a lawyer on staff just in case you have potential lawsuits from people. You have a lawyer on staff. So yeah, but I think you might use the lawyer to defend himself and try to, I don't know, take back his company, take back control of the company. But I think you might have more of a fight on his hands than he thought or thinks. So yeah. Um, let's see. Another storyline. Oh, the Remy storyline and the Electra. Remy and Electra storyline is getting really not hot but weird. And for this storyline, I have to say the title is weird because now I know more about the relationship between Remy and Electra. And Electra is a totally innocent party in all this because she posed for a picture clear, okay, like nothing wrong, and somebody Photoshop AI'd or whatever to make it look damaging to someone. Use your imagination, okay? That's what happened here. So, the story they're telling is that she was, hold on a second. Okay. Um, the story they're telling is that one day she gave the picture to him, texted him or whatever. And then the next day at school, she heard a lot of people talking about her or pointing at her, and she didn't know why. And then she saw the photos and what happened to them, and then she understood. So then, now, the reason she's here, well, if you follow the story, is that she's trying to get away from that and have a new start. And so she decided to go with her, work with her aunt on the jewelry line, right? So then, of course, she meets Will, and the rest of that story. So, okay, to give you a little more context, because if you only have one storyline involving two people, it gets kind of boring for one person because, I mean, honestly, you want a full-fledged character. I mean, think about it. When you get up in the morning, anyone gets up in the morning, You get up in the morning and you do what needs to be done, and you go to a job. And then if you work out of the home, you come home and you have other responsibilities when you come home. So that's a full person, okay? You can't be one dimensional. So the characters, if they really want to have a backing, have to be the same way. So, and also, I really do start to believe that they're treating the character like they are the actor, because I think this kid is, or this guy, I'm sorry if I called you a kid, I don't know how old you are, but I think this guy on the soap opera is pretty new. So it's probably a trial basis to see how much people are talking about him, whether they like him or not, you know, whether they want to follow the storyline. So basically, they're on a trial basis, right? Well, it's kind of ironic that he just so happens to be at El Jardino's still, which is strange. And he's at the bar, and Deacon just happens to be there. Sean Kanan. Sean Kanan's great. I love him. Okay, so he happens to be there, and he says, "Oh, so can I help you? Like, hey, can I help you?" And so he starts talking about how he doesn't have enough people. And then, so Remy gets the idea that, well, you have a job opening, now I need a job. And he's like, and he had the same reaction I did, which is, he doesn't even know him yet. Why would he offer him a job? So then he said, then Remy said, I know I'm new here, but I've worked in restaurants before, so, kind of giving himself more of footing, right? So Deacon says, okay, I'll do it on a trial basis, and if it doesn't work out, then you gotta go. So, um, but I really think it's gonna work out because, well, number one, like I always say, there has to be friction to this wonderful love story. So there goes your friction. Number one. Number two, seems like the actor wants to be there. So that's good. Now we just have to test him with other people. I mean, okay, we know that he can work with a female girl, you know, and they have good, well, I mean, I don't know if they have good chemistry because, they're supposed to have an interesting relationship, so it can't be just like fireworks. But they can work well with each other. Okay, so then this next test was with Sean Kanan, who's a veteran actor. So can they work together that way? So I'm sure they're gonna test him with a bunch of different people just to see if they vibe. But I can see this guy lasting for a while, like a good, well, around 2 years maybe. But the reason why I say maybe is because, like I said, I probably said this before, but I give everyone like a 6 months period to see how well they do in 6 months. That's just my personal thing. All right. Bye, guys.